Good afternoon, sir. May I ask for time to interview you about this COVID-19? Okay, before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Angga Nur Cahyadi. I'm from Aerospace Engineering Study Program at Estetika de Yogyakarta. The purpose of my interviewing you is that I want to know what your opinion, and this is a college assignment that must be completed. Next, can you introduce yourself, sir?
Yeah, of course. My name's Stuart. I live in England. I live quite close to London, and I am a primary school teacher.
Okay, so we start. First, I want to ask, what do you think about the COVID-19 which appeared in 2020?
It's quite scary. It is very scary, but I like the lockdown situation. I like being self-isolated and just spending time with the family that I have got at home. I like doing video calls and speaking with members of my family through video calls. It's hard not being able to see them in person and have that contact with them, but it's we've just got to trust the government. If the government say stay at home, then we must stay at home.
Okay. What about the situation of the people there when the pandemic occurred? Is the government acting immediately, sir?
No.
No.
Straight answer, no, they're not. The government are doing their best. I trust our government. The problem is I think it's the same in every country. People will always break the rules. And if the government says stay inside, people go outside. If the government say stay within 2 meters, people will go close to each other. So it is difficult, but I think everybody just needs to listen to their government and stop the spread of the virus.
And how are you and your family when the pandemic is taking place?
We're very well, thank you. Yeah, we're luckily we're all healthy, and we're all following the guidelines from the government, making sure that we're all self-isolating, and then when it's safe, we can then all see each other again. We've just got to let the coronavirus pass, and once it's gone, then we'll be able to see each other again.
What impact you feel for yourself and family when the COVID-19 outbreak is still ongoing?
I've been very lucky because I'm a teacher. I am still getting paid. I still have my job. I know there's many people that have lost their job because of the coronavirus, but I'm very lucky that I live in a nice house, and I've been able to see my family and spend time with my family. I've still had regular money coming in from my job, and then I've had a job to go back to when we're all ready to leave the house again. So it hasn't impacted myself or my family at all. So we've been very lucky.
Next, relate to the impact. How is the state of the economy there? While access roads and activities were stopped due to prevent COVID-19 transmission.
Yeah, the economy is starting to pick up again in England now. All of the restaurants closed, pubs, sports centres, sports facilities, all of those sort of facilities all closed during the pandemic. They're slowly starting to open again now, so the economy is starting to pick up, but it has had a huge effect because of there's been lots of companies that have closed down because they had to close because of the pandemic. No customers were coming to them, which means they lost money. So yeah, it's had a big impact on the economy, but we're slowly starting to to pick it back up again. I suppose time will tell, really. Maybe in 6 months' time, if businesses are still able to keep going again. I don't suppose we'll know the full impact of it until we're out of coronavirus.
Are there disadvantages parties in the economy, for example, such as reducing servants, or how?
Are there such? Sorry, what was the question again?
Are there disadvantages parties in economy, for example, such as reducing servants?
Yeah, I think anywhere where people have to go somewhere and pay money, they're the people that have got the disadvantage. For example, your cinemas or your theatres or places like that, where people will pay money to go somewhere. You can't go there now because of the pandemic, so they've got a huge disadvantage to reopen. Even when they do reopen, how are you going to sit so close to people? How are you going to give that 2 metre distance still? So yeah, I think places like that, restaurants are okay because they can put shields up, they can put barriers up in between the tables. But yeah, I certainly think places like theatres and any kind of sort of mass gathering of people, they've got a huge disadvantage.
Okay. Is there a work from home application implemented in government?
Is there a...
Are you work from home or office?
Yeah. Well, because I'm a teacher, I've been doing some work from home, but I have been going into school as well. But my girlfriend is now fully working from home. She's not going into the office at all. So customers ring through to her, and now she's working from home. I think that's going to be the future now, to stop people gathering in an office, sitting so close to each other. If you can work from home, then I think that's the future.
For security, do you think the rules from the government are enough to prevent the transmission of COVID-19? Like there is a closure of the access road, using a mask, and for staying at home, or how? Can be explained?
Yeah, I think the government are doing everything they possibly can to stop the spread of the virus. They've told us to stay at home. They've told us to stay 2 meters away from each other. We know from scientific evidence how the coronavirus, and it spreads from contact. So if you're at home and you're not coming into contact with other people, you'll stop the spread of the coronavirus. If you have to go outside your house and you stay 2 meters away from other people and you have to sneeze or you cough or you talk and particles of droplets come out of your mouth, then there's no chance of spread. So I think the government are doing everything they possibly can to stop the spread of the coronavirus. And I trust our government that if we all stick to those rules and we stay at home and we work from home as much as we possibly can, then the coronavirus should eventually go.
Regarding security, have you complied with government regulation yourself?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I've stayed at home as much as I can. I haven't been to a shop or gone shopping or anything like that since the beginning of March.
Okay, if I may know, what do you do when you have to be at home or quarantine yourself all this time? Are there any difficulty yourself to access some needs?
Me personally, I've learned bahasa Indonesia. Saya belajar bahasa Indonesia. I've learned bahasa, but I've used this time to fully learn. I've been learning for 15 hours a day, every single day. So I have still had to do work for school. I've had to speak to some of my children on the phone, and just to see how they're going, send work to them. But any spare time that I have had sitting at home, I've made full use of it, and I've learned a new language.
The last question, sir. Do all of them adopt a healthy lifestyle or what? Like what, for example?
Say the question again.
Do all of them adopt a healthy or what? Like what, for example?
Oh, okay. So are all of the adults healthy? Did you say?
Uh, like that, using a mask or how?
Oh, I see. Yeah. So now the government are saying if you take public transport, you have to. It's now law to wear a mask. If you go to the shops, it's not law, but they advise you to wear a mask, wear gloves. If you're going out to a restaurant or you're walking in the street, the government have advised us to wear a mask.
Okay, the question is finished. Thank you for taking your time on this assignment, and thank you for information you provided. Thank you very much, sir, for helping me complete my assignment. Thank you. Bye.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Okay.